All right, everyone, welcome. So today, we're going to dive deep into something that's really fundamentally changing how we all work, and that's our Common Service Data Model, or CSDM. We're going to talk about how it takes our CMDB from being, just a list of stuff to what we're calling our operational scaffolding. And this is the foundation for pretty much everything we're going to design, build, and run from here on out. Okay, let's get into it.
First up, let's talk about the big, hairy problem that honestly plagues just about every large company out there: digital chaos. We're going to break down how we can finally start to tame that chaos by creating a single shared language for our entire tech world.
So, just take a look at this for a second. Does that picture on the left feel maybe a little too familiar, right? That tangled mess of servers, ancient apps, data going who even knows where? That's the past. Now, the vision on the right, that clean, streamlined world where everything just clicks into place, that is the future we're actively building. And let's be really clear, this wasn't just some spring cleaning. This is a massive fundamental shift in how we operate.
See, the real problem here isn't just a bunch of messy tech. It's a total breakdown in communication. You've got DevOps, you've got architects, support teams, all describing the exact same systems but using completely different words. It becomes this sort of digital Tower of Babel. And when a service breaks at 2 in the morning, the absolute last thing you need is a chaotic scramble while your teams waste precious time just trying to figure out what talks to what.
So how do we fix it? Well, we start by moving from that chaos to real clarity by building what we're calling operational scaffolding. And this isn't about ripping and replacing all our technology. It's about building a strong, logical framework around the tech we already have.
Now this represents a huge, crucial mind shift. For years, I think we all thought of the CMDB as some boring old inventory list, and that's exactly where we were going wrong. It's not just a list. It is the Rosetta Stone for our entire IT operation. It is the single common language that finally allows people, processes, and our technology to actually understand each other.
So I keep using this phrase, operational scaffolding. What does it actually mean? Well, let's break it down. The whole concept is to think of the CSDM as the scaffolding we build around our code and our infrastructure. Once that structure is solid, we can start hanging our critical processes on it, things like incident, change, and risk. The real value is all about consistency. A single, reliable way to talk about the state of anything. And the end goal? This is the big one: automation.
And this just says it all. It's the hard truth, really. Everybody wants automation. But you absolutely cannot automate what you can't accurately and consistently describe. This shared language isn't just for us humans to talk to each other. It is the absolute bedrock that allows our machines to understand our environment well enough to manage it, to fix it, and ultimately to improve it for us. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. Common Service Data Model, it sounds a little dry, a little academic, right? So let's make it way more concrete with a pretty brilliant metaphor: the application service sandwich. Let's see how we actually build this thing.
What's so amazing about this sandwich model is how it visualizes the entire story, from the deepest, most technical components all the way up to what the business actually sells and what the customer experiences. It literally maps the tech at the bottom to the menu of services you're offering your customers at the top. So let's deconstruct this sandwich, layer by layer. The bottom bread, that's your technical service, your foundational tech, like an Azure Kubernetes cluster. The cheese, that's the technical service offering. It's the promise you make about the tech, like guaranteeing 24/7 support. Then comes the meat, the most critical part. That's the application service, the actual code running in production. The top bread is the business application, that high-level concept used for budgeting and planning. And the whole point is to connect all these ingredients to the final menu item, the business service offering, what the customer actually sees and pays for. Now, if a server at the bottom fails, you know exactly which item on the menu just got ruined.
Okay, so the sandwich model is great for understanding the theory, but how does it actually help in the real world day to day? For that, let's use another analogy to make it even more practical: the train analogy. This is all about helping everyone translate a problem into the correct type of support ticket so it gets to the right team way faster. And this table right here makes it incredibly practical. Think of it like a cheat sheet for getting help. You just ask yourself a simple question. Is it literally on fire right now? Am I seeing 500 errors? You target the application service, that's the running train, and bam, it instantly pages the right on-call engineer. Or, do I need to build something new? You target the technical service, that's the railway infrastructure, and it routes straight to the development team. Am I talking big picture, funding, strategy? You target the business application,
the railway franchise itself, and it goes straight to an architect. No more guessing.
All right, now for the fun part. Let's see the magic actually happen. This is where all that foundational work really starts to pay off, especially for you, the architects in the room.
Okay, scenario 1. A developer makes a simple pull request. Because our scaffolding is in place, the system automatically knows which application service this code belongs to. It then traces all the relationships upwards to see which business services could potentially be impacted by this change. The key here is this is automated impact analysis, baked right into the daily workflow. No more spreadsheets.
Or what about this? A monitoring tool like Dynatrace detects a failure. In the old world, this would create a generic alert that some poor human had to investigate and figure out. Now, it knows exactly which application service failed, creates a highly specific incident, and pages the correct on-call engineer instantly. The time it takes to fix things is just slashed.
And now, let's look at it from the user's perspective. A customer calls in and says the checkout feature is broken. The service desk logs a ticket against the checkout business service. The system then follows the map down through all the layers to identify the exact application service that powers checkout and boom, reassigns the ticket directly to the right technical team.
So let's zoom out for a second. What are the big strategic wins here? Well, for the first time, you can actually calculate the true total cost of ownership of a business capability. When a massive vulnerability like Log4j hits, you can instantly see which of our business services are exposed. And maybe best of all, you completely avoid the watermelon effect. You know, when all your infrastructure dashboards are green, but your customers are seeing red? This model lets you measure the health of the business service itself, giving you a true picture of the customer experience.
So, what does all this really mean for you, the architects? Where do you fit in this data model? And why does it matter so much? This, right here, is your mandate.
Plain and simple. The design domain is your territory. While the DevOps squads manage the run layer, the application services, you, the architects, own the design layer. Enterprise architects, you own the business capability model. Domain and solution architects, you're responsible for aligning all new services to that model. And the pivot point for all of you is the business application. That becomes your primary portfolio record for everything.
So how do you embed this into your daily workflow starting right now? First, CSDM modeling is not an afterthought. It has to be part of your solution design from the very beginning. Second, you are the gatekeepers. You have to validate the relationship details on the load sheet before anything gets loaded into the system. Third, make sure your lucid chart diagrams align with our CSDM templates. Your designs must translate cleanly. And fourth, and this one is crucial, manage the full life cycle. Work with product owners to make sure services are decommissioned properly so we prevent all that orphan data from cluttering up our system.
So there you have it. The scaffolding is in place. The foundation is solid, and we have a clear, shared blueprint. The only question left is for you. With this powerful structure now at our fingertips, what are you going to help us build next?